So sorry, I kind of got cut off there, but a lot of people think that marijuana isn't a gateway drug, but it really is. And I sat there, partied in a basement with parents who looked the other way, and it made me think that drinking was cool or all right or accepted, I should say, and that it wasn't gonna hurt me because alcohol is sold in stores, or maybe for some of the states that, yeah, marijuana is sold in stores, or those shops. But still, the fact at hand is that I was a teenager at the time, and my brain is still developing, and regardless if it's a controlled environment or not, I'm still growing up, and I needed to experience my childhood, regardless if I didn't know how to deal with things or I was feeling things. But it's not accepted. It's not a way. It's not a form. Drugs and alcohol are not a form or a way to cope with things at that young of an age. Um, but back to what I was getting to is, I thought once I was using drugs and, or like marijuana and alcohol, back to the Ritalin or Adderall, I started using that because friends had that. And then I was like, well, okay. So I started sniffing that. And then all of a sudden I was like, wow, this made me feel good. So then what was next? You know? So basically, once a kid has something in their mind, like they're invincible to this, and it's accepted by, and not only that, but it's like, I guess what it is like, once the impression is put into that child that it's accepted by an older person, such as an adult, that impression is like, all the drugs are accepted. Like, wow, well, I can do this or I can do that. But if you don't intervene in that child's life and let them know, that drugs aren't accepted, and they're bad. I mean, obviously, everybody knows the difference between right and wrong, but you have to keep on establishing that, and you got to keep, like I said, having that healthy relationship, and you got to have that open relationship. You got to care for your child. There's different ways, obviously, of having open, healthy relationships with your child than allowing them to have parties come in, and people come in and do drugs. But that was the way I grew up. That was how I grew up, and I know that stuff still goes on, but it just, people think that that's acceptable because it's a controlled environment. Now, I know there's parents out there that might be, well, I try and do what I can for my child, and they're still going to go out and experiment, be curious, whatever, and they can't do whatever, they can't help it. But that's where you got to pay attention to who they run with. You got to be involved. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, so you can intervene, pay attention to their messages, pay attention to what's going on in their Facebook, be involved. If there's stuff missing around the house,
enforce parental borders.
Yeah, enforce. You got to enforce parental guidance and set those boundaries. So obviously, that's just kind of how I kicked off my childhood. I started off young too. I started off probably when I was like 13 years old. So it was young for me. I just went to the park, hung out with some buddies. it was just, I was with the wrong crowd. And, you know, I always basically, I always tried telling my parents, no, nothing's going on, nothing's going on. But my parents knew, you know, they could tell what was going on. But I was just such a wildcat that they couldn't do anything. They couldn't stop me. But it's just that they didn't know what to do. And my advice, I guess, would be to take the necessary steps. And if you need to put them in treatment, put them in treatment. Get the help that they need, counseling. You know, take the necessary steps. Face the fact that your son, daughter, child, whoever might be doing drugs, and take the necessary steps. Get the help that they need now before it's too late, and they might develop that disease, that addiction, and it's too late, and you might lose them. So
we'll revisit the subjects. Wrap up.
We will go over the subjects again, and I will do whatever I can to help you guys, and I will talk about my journey some more. It is gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough for me to talk about this stuff. So bear with me. I will try and make this a little bit more exciting and a little bit more fun. But I need you guys to realize that this is serious. You know, this is serious. It's killing people out there. It's tearing families apart. For the people who are fighting addiction, it's bringing so much pain to you. You know, you may think it's numbing it.
30 seconds.
But it's not. So, I would like to say thank you for your support, and I'll come back with another video probably tomorrow. But thank you very much, and remember, much love. Be safe. Thank you.